Today in this video, I'm going to talk to you about when you're ditching or you're trenching your job, you always need to think in 90-degree angles. You always want to line your ditches up as straight as possible, especially when they meet together, because the fittings only come in a certain degree of angle. So like here's a 90, and of course there's 45s and there's T's, but even a T is at a 90-degree angle. And so that's what I'm going to talk to you about in this video, how to set up your ditches, how to connect them together. And make sure you stay to the end, because I'm going to also give you a trick on if you don't quite line up, just kind of an option of something that you can do. Let me show you something. Now we've got a job that we're doing over here, and I got a couple areas where these ditches meet up that I want to talk to you about today. One of the things is this fence line over here. I'll show you. Over here where this head is, this is kind of a weird angle. So it was kind of straight here, and then it started curving and angling back towards this deal over here. And actually there's another angle there. So as I was ditching straight, I actually kept going. I curved right here. But when I came in for this ditch here, I was coming from straight to where I could 90 and T here straight. But then I had to do this curve. And the reason I did this curve is so then when I meet back up to this ditch here, I can use a perfectly straight T, come in, go out, and out like that. Now if I had, this ditch was already in, and if I'd come at a weird angle, this T just simply putting it together using one fitting would not have worked. We would have had to do something different. So as you're installing your irrigation system, you want to really pay attention and think about and plan how you're going to trench that system, trench for your piping, and how you're going to connect all that stuff together. Because it doesn't always equal out the same as far as your angles and stuff. Sometimes you get in some weird situations like this where you just got all these weird angles, but you need to connect everything to where they've got 90-degree angles on them. Now, like I said, there's 45s and there's some other tricks you can use, which I'm going to show you here in a minute. But you want to generally think that you want to tee those things in straight or elbow them straight at a good 90-degree angle. And so like I did with this trench here, I knew that that angle was going to be weird. And so I planned where I was going to tee into that. And then I was able to curve and make over to my other straight area that I knew I needed to be straight to tee off of that one as well. Here's another example. I had this fence line trench down and put a couple heads on, but I was tying into this trench that actually curves over to another deal that I'm going to show you here in a second. And so I ended up I wanted to tee here, you can see there. I wanted to be able to come with my 2-inch, tee straight over to this line here. But had I gone straight, I would have had a weird angle over here. And so I planned it out to come right here. I had enough room to curve this line, and it's not too bad of a curve. This pipe will bend, and it'll curve, and then I'll have another T. It's going to be a 1-inch T that will go to that head, this head over here. So just another example of planning it out. Now, there's 1,000 different ways we could have done this. I picked this way. I thought it was going to be the best in this situation, but I've got a good straight T, 90-degree angles there, and I curved it to where I'd have good straight 90-degree angles here that I could put my T in and not have to use a whole lot of extra fittings. Now I've got this last final area that I had to do something a little bit different, but it's an idea and it's another trick for you. If you can't quite go straight in to where you want to go in or come out of a valve exactly straight, here's something that you can do. And I don't know if you can barely see where I had this other curve, and it's curving in behind me. The valves are on the other side of this fence. We came out, but I couldn't go straight. I needed to come this way. You can see right here, we got some weird angles going on here. Yeah, but there are some things you can do, so don't worry about it, but you do have to think and plan. So we've come in and out of our valves that are actually on the other side of this fence here. And we came out, I had to go out that way, and most of this has got a main line and 2 other lines, and they're going out in a trench I had going out that way. Well, this last zone that curves around and goes down that fence, I didn't want to take in this trench, so I started a new trench, started going out this way. But I had this line coming out straight. So one of the things that we did is I'm going to elbow up, and I'm going to take this other 90, and then I'm going to use it, and see, I can turn it any angle I want to turn. And so I'm going to come down that trench and I'm going to turn it exactly where it needs to be. So let me show you how I'm going to do that. Now you can see what we did. We elbowed up and I was able to turn this elbow the direction, exact direction I needed to do in order to take this pipe down this trench right here. Now had we come in at an exact 45 angle, you could use a 45-degree angle here, but that wouldn't have worked right here because this pipe is actually lower than this 3-inch main. And so actually it worked out better that we elbowed up, went over that pipe, was able to turn this whichever direction. We could have came in over here and it would have worked. That way we elbowed up, got the right direction. None of this is under pressure. It's all just in there nice and good and snug. It's welded properly. It's a good way to doing it. Just another little tip for you guys. Kelly Staggs here, American Irrigator, trying to make you a better irrigator. Consider subscribing and hitting that bell, and maybe give us a thumbs up if you like what you see.